Surviving a Toxic Baby Mama, Episode 2. Welcome to another episode of the Monte Carlo Show. Let's get to it.
This is Nehemiah Shaman, and you are now tuned into my album, Monte Carlo, on the Monte Carlo Show. Shalom.
This your boy Reza Ridder, and you're now tuned in to the Monte Carlo Show. You dig? Yeah.
Yo, it's your boy DJ Kryptonite repping that 100.1 The Beat, iHeartRadio, Coalition DJs, and you know I bust them stupid old moves. But right now, you tapped in with my dog, my brother, Monte Carlo on the Monte Carlo Show. Make sure you hit that button, like and subscribe, and as always, keep busting stupid old moves, brother. I see you.
What's up, y'all? This Daisy Hunter, a.k.a. Cognac Slim, and y'all already know I'm checking in to the Monte Carlo Show. Ooh, it's some fun.
I'd like to welcome y'all to the Monte Carlo Show. Hey. Up Entertainment. Oh, my God. I'm about to take you on a wild ride. It's the Monte Carlo Show. We got a lot to discuss. We in the manosphere and every topic is up. The hell with Shalom. The plan in effect is the level of your home. Be the best version of yourself and measure up your own. We all got dreams. Set a schedule for your role when you're setting up your goals. We hard working. This the channel for the truth. It's beyond purpose. Getting paper cut green like a lawn service. This a black man channel. I know y'all nervous, but we at y'all service. Anything you want to talk about, let's talk about it. The Monte Carlo Show, the truth, we all about it. Perspectives, social push objectives, and we ain't gonna stop till our message is effective. These days, hating is selective, but the Monte Carlo Show will always be respected. It's the Monte Carlo Show, take this ride with us. It's the Monte Carlo Show, if you got drive, you up. It's the Monte Carlo Show, we getting the streets right. On the road to riches, and every light's a green light. It's the Monte Carlo Show, it's the Monte Carlo, it's the Monte Carlo Show, it's the Monte Carlo, it's the Monte Carlo Show, it's the Monte Carlo, it's the Monte Carlo Show, it's the Monte Carlo Show.
Surviving a Toxic Baby Mama, Part 2. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back.
Another one.
To another episode of the Monte Carlo Show. I am your host, Monte Carlo. And, we're going to start where we left off. Okay. Now, as you guys, saw the last episode, I gave you pretty much the introduction to, me meeting said person, JC, my daughter's mother. Now, the thing is, it's crazy because my guy Charlemagne the God says that all crazy people come from the Bronx or all of Florida. It's crazy, right? It's shit crazy. That's what he said. He said all of the craziest people come out of the Bronx and all of Florida. And I have to agree with those sentiments. Now, I'm not really sure about the Bronx too much because I really haven't spent too much time up there. Not familiar with that, outside of Cardi B and, maybe Fat Joe and Terror Squad, stuff like that. But, Charlemagne, though. But anyway, but that Florida thing, boy. Your boy had to learn the hard way. So let's continue. So we left off at me having to leave a second time because said person, JC, my daughter's mother, she tried to make me choose between her and my son by telling me that before we renewed our lease or before we signed another lease, that my son had to live with his mom full time. And I only needed to see him, every once in a while. I wasn't with that. I was not feeling that at all. So, after I left the second time, now mind you, her son's dad, she claimed, wasn't nothing. Like she never had nothing good to say about him. Lo and behold, she ended up getting back with him sometime there after me leaving the second time and coming back to South Carolina. She ended up getting back with him. And as a matter of fact, she had moved him or let him live with her in the unit, the townhouse or condo. I can't remember which one it was, but she ended up moving him in with her after I left the second time. Which, and I'm like, I thought you, she moved him in.
What?
Yeah, like she moved him in, and it was like, I was just like, what the, you moved him in? Like, you moved him in?
Oh my God!
Like, yo, I thought you ain't had nothing but negative stuff to say about this guy. I thought that he was an absentee daddy. I thought that, and she thought it was, I don't know what she thought, but it was times I would call her and he'd be there. And, a couple times I believe he answered the phone, and he just definitely somebody, I'm saying, I'm glad I didn't meet in person because, whatever. But long story short about that they didn't end up working out because he was still doing the same things that she claimed he was doing when they were initially together, before her and I met. So they didn't work out. I'm not sure how long they were together after I left that second time, but I do know that, they were trying to, I guess, reconcile with each other or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, so you remember I was telling you guys about the barber, right? That would come by the house. Tell me why, in the midst of me being gone, she tells me that her and him started dating.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
She tells me that her and this guy starts dating, the barber. The same dude that was coming to my house that I was paying to cut our hair, he's seen her pregnant he's seen JC pregnant with our daughter and everything. Of course I introduced them, of course, because, this is my lady. This is the guy that's coming by my house that I'm doing business with. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, this is my lady. Yeah, we're about to have a baby. We got a baby coming. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. We're about to have a little girl. This, that, and the other. So, me personally, I'm the type of person to where, when men are, when it's just men, or boys or whatever in a room, the girls or my lady, she got to be somewhere else. Go somewhere, move around. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. I just feel like there's a lot of men in the building. If I got my homeboys over at the house, I don't want, my lady, my wife or whatever, just, in the midst of us, she could be somewhere else. Go with your girl somewhere, go get your nails done, go do something. I don't know. Go back in the room, watch a movie. I don't know. But anyway, so I introduced, of course, hospitality. But they end up dating after I left the second time. And that shocked me. Of course it did, because, this was the guy, it's the only guy that really was cutting my hair and my son's hair, while I was down there. And all of a sudden you're telling me that y'all are dating. That was crazy. I didn't know what to do about that. Wasn't nothing I could do about that. And I'm like, well, out of all the guys, that you could have dealt with and dated, you decided to go with him. Oh, well, it wasn't like that. We would see each other here, we would see each other there, and blase, and this, that, all this bullshit. All this bullshit. I was like, man, that's a fucking lie. And then not only that, and I gotta remind myself, the second time I left, mind you, because he was the only one cutting hair in the house. When I left the second time, and her and I would talk on the phone, a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And she asked me one time, she was like, hey, what's such and such, what's said barber's number? We're gonna call him C. Yeah, call him C. What's his number? So I gave him, his number because I know that her son needed to continue to get his haircut. And she didn't necessarily like going into, barbershops and stuff like that. So, I was like, all right, cool. I'll give him the number, whatever. I'll give you his number, whatever, and this, that, and other. But then, like I said, they ended up dating each other. Said barber. So, not only did they end up dating each other, but, of course, they became intimate with each other. Yeah. They became intimate with each other. And,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said. What?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Then, I found that out because, she liked to run her mouth. She liked to talk. She loves to talk, man. And so then this person, this said barber, come to find out they starting to live with each other. Oh.
What?
They starting to live with each other, bro. They starting to live with each other. Then it go from that to them ended up getting married.
Oh, no. No. Oh, no.
What?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, man. They ended up getting married. Man. Like, and I just couldn't understand. Like, I was like, damn, not only did you, it's one thing that y'all was doing, y'all grown, whatever, y'all grown. I get it, y'all grown. But then y'all end up getting married, bro. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. So y'all end up getting married? She married said barber that would come to my house, saw her pregnant with our daughter, everything. You know what I'm saying? And they ended up, getting married. And I just didn't know what to. It's just, I mean, I was like, man, out of all people, you know what she told me? Well, and I was hot about it. I was mad about that. I ain't gonna lie. I was mad about it. I was furious. I felt violated. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, dog, the barber.
Bruh.
I said, man.
She belongs to the streets.
I said, dog, out of all the people, him really pissed me off. And I don't know which one of them I was hot with the most. I don't know if it was him or her. I think it might have been her because that's the mother of my child. But then I'm also hot with you because, dog, I was doing business with you. I brought you into my house. You know what I'm saying? Brought you into my home. And then you end up getting with the woman that I got a child with? Now, I will say me and him wasn't friends. We never hung out like that or anything like that. But like I said, I'm living down there a year and a half, and he's the only one coming to the house to cut our hair. And I met him through one of my Haitian homegirls that I was working with while I was down there. She was the one that gave me his information because I told her, when I first moved down there, I didn't know nobody or what the best barbershops was or what the the good spots to go to, get a cut. And, my Haitian homegirl gave me his number, and that's how that started or whatever. But anyway, they ended up getting married. And the whole time they were married, man, I promise you, this woman was so disrespectful towards me, it didn't make no sense. It didn't make no sense how disrespectful this woman was towards me. It was so stressful. It was so stressful, man. It was so stressful. It was stressful. And she would say all kinds of negative things about me, man. I left her, and she said I left her and my daughter. I left her and my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And as time went on and stuff like that, she said that my daughter don't know me like that, and she don't know you like that, and you this, that, and the other. And it was just a lot of nasty stuff she said, man, about me. Like I just didn't want to be in my daughter's life, and I left. I left her. And I'm like, I didn't leave my daughter. I left you. I didn't want to be with you no more because you just kept making my son a big deal. Then you go on and then you marry the barber? Really? I felt disrespected. And she claimed, well, I didn't do it to make you mad or nothing. It just so happened. It just happened that way. It just happened this way. I would see it. Yeah, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that shit at all. I don't want to hear that shit at all. You're a liar. You're a liar. Talking about it just happened. You ain't do it to make me mad or nothing like that and this, that, and the other. Okay. So, they get married. She's rude to me. Barely get to talk to my daughter. At the time my daughter was, just, in her adolescence. She was, only about, I don't know, 3-4 years old, when they got married, I believe. Probably about 3-4 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And, he would come to find out, this dude would act like once they got married, and I'm sure even before they got married, he would act like, my daughter was his daughter. And, like he was really like trying to play that role, like I was an absentee dad. Like I didn't want to be in my daughter's life. You know what I'm saying? He was acting like that. He was acting like that. Like he was acting like I didn't want to be in my daughter's life. Which was crazy. Because it's like when I would call her mama, you know what I'm saying, and try to talk to my daughter, she would give me the runaround. It would be times where, they would come because JC's are, my daughter's mom, JC, said person, she would, her sisters, and all of them would come, South Carolina, to see, her dad, JC's dad, because he lives in South Carolina. And there'd be times where I wouldn't even know that my daughter was in South Carolina. I wouldn't know that she was here. They wouldn't tell me anything. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't tell me nothing. I remember there was one time where they did come up here. She must have been about 3 years old. I want to say about 3 years old. They came up here and I was able to see her. But I was away from her since she was about 3 months old up until the time that she was 3 years old, because her mother, we didn't have any arrangements. Her mother wouldn't allow me to see her. JC wouldn't allow me to see her. But I ended up, getting to see her one time when they came up here. And I was only able to spend maybe half of a day with her. And she was still a baby. She was an older baby, walking and, this, that, and the other at that time. Of course, at about 3 years old. And that was it. Like I seen her that one time, and then it was some years that passed or whatever. And, and even when she was up here, she was, JC, My daughter's mom was, you know, when the place where we met at, her dad's house, JC's dad's house, you know, she would be talking to the barber, C, you know, on the phone and stuff like that. And, you know, I just kind of brush it off like I was just, you know, glad to see my daughter. You know what I mean? I didn't like the situation. Didn't like it at all. And, you know, I remember even trying to talk to her dad, even before they got married, and telling JC's dad, like, hey, listen, man, your daughter's doing this, that, and the other, blase, blase. She moving like this, she moving like that. You know, she's being really, you know, disrespectful. She's being really rude. And, you know, his thing was, oh, well, you know, my kid's grown, man. I can't do nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing about that. Blase, blase. My kid's grown. And that shit right there is a cop out to me personally, because if, you know, and we're going to get back to it. But honestly, man, if I'm dealing with somebody, or say I'm a father, you know, if somebody coming to me and saying, you know, hey, you know, Monte Carlo, man, you know, hey, your son is, he's not treating me right. You know what I'm saying? He's very disrespectful towards me. You know what I'm saying? He's not treating me right. You know what I'm saying? He's doing all these verbally abusive, spiritually abusive, physically abusive things to me, and blase, blase. And I ain't gonna be the one to just sit back and be like, hey, man, you know, my kids is grown. Ain't nothing I could do about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what to tell you, you know, that it was just a cop out. And it's crazy to me how women run the family and the men just sit back and just watch the women just run them up. Have people being led astray. You know what I'm saying? It's like they've been had. They've been took. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run them up. You know what I mean? You just sit back and watch the women just run the whole show. They're the leaders of the households these days. And it's been that way for a long time. And the men just sit back. Ain't nothing I could do. You know, it's just crazy, man. But anyway, so she, like I said, she marries a barber. She's very rude and disrespectful towards me. It's hard for me to get in contact with my daughter. And, you know, she's a child, you know, just learning how to barely talk and stuff at that time. Then, of course, as time goes on, she's talking. You know, she, you know, goes in her 4 years old, 5 years old, stuff like that. Mind you, I'm still not able to really see her because her mom and we're not seeing eye to eye, especially since she married the barber. And he acting like he her daddy, you know, and she's allowing this man to act like he's her father. Despite me wanting to be in my daughter's life, she's allowing this man, because that's her husband, to act like that's his daughter. So, you know, they would take her on, you know, her birthday. You know, her birthday come around. I would still send my daughter stuff for her birthday. You know, of course, and then as she got older and was able to talk, you know, going into 5 years old, 6 years old, 4 or 5, 6 years old, stuff like that, I would at least video chat with her, you know, call her on video through the computer. We'll talk that way. You know, of course, I have recorded evidence of all these things I'm saying. I would send her stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just try to be as present as possible despite the circumstances. But her mom will say all kinds of mean things towards me, man. Her aunties, you know, her mother JC's sisters, they would all just, you know, they would all just be, just kind of, they have this disdain towards me for some reason, for whatever reason. Honestly, I think they all evil as hell. I really do. I really think they're evil as hell. You know what I mean? Because I ain't did nothing to none of these people, man. For them to have me, you know, have them keep my daughter from me. So, you know, they're married. My daughter's getting older. She could talk. We can video chat. And I just can't. I have emails and stuff where I save some of the messages that her mother, JC, would send me in regards to my relationship with my daughter. Just nasty stuff. Nasty stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just talking cash cold trash about me. And it hurt me already, the fact that I couldn't see my daughter, because I really wanted my baby. I wanted to be there with my baby. You know what I mean? I wanted to be there with my baby. I wanted to hold her. I wanted to be in her face, be in her presence. You know what I mean? As any Abba would. But that was taken away from me, you know, because she was with the barber. So I had to take it on the chin. You know, I had to take it on the chin, man. You know what I mean? I had to pray. It was hard. But, you know, I had to take it on the chin. It is what it is. I mean, there's nothing I could do about them being married. Nothing I could do about them being together. The damage was done. The damage was done. And neither one of them cared how I felt about it anyway, apparently. But she said a lot of mean and nasty and ugly things towards me, man. And I had to bite the bullet. I had to roll with the punches. Then what really got me upset was one time, you know, mind you, there would be times where they would bring my daughter to South Carolina and I wouldn't even know she was here. I remember one time calling my daughter, just so happened to call her that weekend, you know, to check on her or whatever. This is when she could talk, of course, and, you know, she was a bit older, you know. And I was like, you know, baby, hey, how you doing, baby girl? What's going on with you? How you doing? I'm talking and stuff, and I hear her mom and her sister, her auntie in the background, you know, talking and laughing and stuff like that. It sounded like they was driving and riding. I was like, okay, baby, well, you know, I was thinking about you. I just want to tell you I love you and to check on you, see how your weekend was going, stuff like that, you know, just thinking about you. You know, I miss you. And she's like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, baby, where you at? What you doing? And then, you know, I guess I was on speakerphone or something like that. And, you know, her mom told her not to tell me where she was. She was like, Mommy told me not to tell you where I am. I said, what? I said, what? I said, what?
What?
I said, you can't. I said, oh man, sorry about that, guys. I said, man, like,
What?
you can't tell me where you are? Why? And then I hear her mom and her aunt in the background, her aunties in the background laughing. You know what I mean? Laughing. And I'm like, dang. Come to find out, they was in South Carolina visiting JC's dad, my daughter's granddad. That pissed me off. Needless to say, that really pissed me off. Let me try to speed it up a little bit. So then another thing that pissed me off, not only am I at a distance from my daughter, you know, she's being raised by all these women, her grandmother, her mom, her aunties, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? The family's dominated with women and simp-ass dudes, you know what I'm saying? Weak-ass men. But anyway, so the barber calls me one day. And first what happened was my daughter's grandmother asked me to sign some papers so that my daughter could get a passport. I said, so my daughter could get a passport? You know, she sent me the paperwork and everything. Yeah, you know, I want to take, she made it seem like she wanted to take my daughter on trips and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, the grandmama sent me the paperwork and was the one asking me to sign it so I can get, my daughter a passport. So she sends me the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? I gave her the address. She sends me the paperwork. Oh, and let me say this too before I get to that. Needless to say, my daughter's mom, JC, put me on child support. Of course, she put me on child support, right? So that went into motion. I'm on child support at this time that I'm describing to y'all right now. Even to this day, whatever. But she put me on child support. So she married the barber, put me on child support. Then her mom talks to me over the phone as if she wants to get my daughter a passport so that she could take her on trips. Come to find out, the barber and JC wanted to go on trips. But the grandmother was trying to make it seem like it was her. Come to find out, The Most High ended up revealing that to me. So I got the paperwork, but in my mind, I'm like, listen, why would I allow my daughter to have a passport to go abroad when y'all won't even tell me when she's in my state? Y'all won't let me see. Y'all ain't letting me see her. You know what I mean? You know, JC's being extremely disrespectful and rude towards me. Why would I sign this stuff? So, needless to say, I didn't sign the paperwork for my daughter to get her passport. I didn't, because I'm like, why would I allow her to do that? I'm gonna let the world see her, but I can't see her? No, it's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So, after time goes on, I'm still trying to talk to my daughter over the phone, you know, as often as I can. And, excuse me 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second. And, so, time goes on. I'm talking to my daughter as much as I can. So the barber ends up calling my phone, JC's husband. And he says, hey, man, I'll never forget this. He said, hey, man, hey, listen, man, hey, I can't remember how you put it. Hey, man, I ain't even really trying to argue with you or go back and forth with you, man. But, hey, why don't you go ahead and sign the paperwork, man, for your daughter to get her passport, man. Let her live her life. Let her live her life, man. You know what I'm saying? Let her live her life, man. You go ahead and sign the paper for her to get her passport and this, that, and the other.
What? What? Stop the cap. Bruh.
I was like,
What more do you want from me?
I said, yo, hold on. I said, yo. I got hot. I said, bro, first of all, you didn't already violate it because you know who you married. You know. All this time I've been living down in Florida, you was the one coming to my house and I was doing business with you. And then you end up marrying my daughter's mom and now you got the nerve to call me? You got the nerve to call me? Talking about my daughter? Who you act like she's yours? And even JC, when I talk to her about it, I'm like, listen, why you got this man acting like he, like he her daddy? And then come to find out this man even wanted to adopt my daughter. Like what? This nigga wanted to adopt my daughter. Give her his last name. Insane. Like, insane. He wanted to adopt my daughter.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
And then you call me and ask me about a passport for my daughter?
Oh my God.
A passport for my daughter?
Oh my God.
Boy, is you stupid? So I cussed him out. Needless to say, I was hot. You acting like you her daddy. Then you calling me about me signing papers for her to get a passport. Nigga, what? I told him, I said, man, you lucky I ain't down there, bro. You lucky I ain't down there because I lay hands on your dumb ass. Calling me about my daughter and a passport. I lay hands on your ass, boy. Fuck is wrong with you? You lost your fucking mind, boy? I was hot, boy. Calling me, talking about signing some paperwork for my daughter to get a passport. I told that man, I said, man, I'm going to lay hands on your ass. You look down there. It's like, matter of fact, when I do come down there, next time I do come down there, I'm going to see about you, boy. I'm going to see about you, homie. Yeah. You know what he said to me? He said, and I want y'all to keep this in mind too. Remember this, what I said. He said to me when I told him I was going to lay hands on him, right? He said to me, what make you think I'm going to get close? What make you think I'm going to let you get close enough to me to lay hands on me? I said, oh, Oh, that's the type of time we on, huh? Oh, I like stuff like that. Okay, cool, no problem. So that you know what that means, right? So you know what y'all know what he was trying to say, right? He said, "What makes me think that he's going to allow me to get close enough to him, to where I can lay hands on him." So okay, cool. Say less. All right, I got off the phone with him. I was so hot, I didn't even call her mom and find out, like, because I thought that she was behind it, to be honest with you. I thought she was the one that gave him my number to even call me and ask me that. But whatever. We'll revisit that later. But mind you, the man said he wouldn't even allow me to get close enough to him for me to lay hands on him. So he wasn't even willing to throw hands. Okay. Noted. Duly noted. After that, the plot thickens. Listen, guys, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode, part 2 of the Monte Carlo Show. This is Surviving a Toxic Baby Mama, part 2. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, rocking with your boy. You know what I'm saying? We're going to continue this story because there's a lot more. There's a lot more to unpack. You know what I'm saying? If y'all think y'all heard something so far, you haven't heard nothing yet. Nothing at all yet. So trust and believe me, man. Y'all stay tuned for part 3 of Surviving the Toxic Baby Mama. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one. In the meantime, y'all already know what to do. Thank y'all for y'all support. If you ever want to support the channel, you can cash at me at $SHAM, capital SHAM, capital STROMAN. You can cash at me there for the time being until I switch over the ID for the Cash App. If you don't want to support the channel in that way, you can also just hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, share it, on social media for for your boy, just show your support in that way. But once again, thank y'all for tuning into another episode of Monte Carlo Show. I am your host, Monte Carlo. And just remember, when you see me, say shalom. I'll see y'all for part 3. We got a lot more to talk about. Let's get it.
I'm about to take you on a wild ride. It's the Monte Carlo Show. We got a lot to discuss. We in the manosphere and every topic is up. The hello with shalom. The plan in effect is to level up your home. Be the best version of yourself and measure up your own. We all got dreams. Set a schedule for your room when you're setting up your goals. We hard working. This the channel for the truth. It's beyond purpose. Getting paper cut green like a lawn service. This a black man channel. I know y'all nervous, but we at y'all service. Anything you want to talk about, let's talk about it. The Monte Carlo Show, the truth, we all about it. Perspectives, social push objectives, and we ain't gonna stop till our message is effective. These days, hating is selective, but the Monte Carlo Show will always be respected. It's the Monte Carlo Show. Come take this ride with us. It's the Monte Carlo Show. If you got drive, you up. It's the Monte Carlo Show. We getting the streets right, on the road to riches, and every light's a green light. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo Show.
Just like that, we out of here. I'll see y'all on episode 3 of this series, Surviving a Toxic Baby Mama. Remember, when you see me, say shalom. I'll see y'all on the next one.